Good morning. How are y'all doing today? It is chilly. I think it's probably close to 11 o'clock, but it is 44 outside. I was trying to wait till it warmed up a little bit, but I'm kind of tired of waiting, so I'm going to get my mower, I'm going to mulch up some leaves, and I'm going to finish the raised beds. So I wanted to cover them with something like I was telling y'all in the last video, and I've decided I'm going to use the mulched up leaves. There's a lot of them out there. So I'm going to get started. Luckily I have a little electric mower and it's got a bag on the back of it. I bought it at the beginning of the summer and it works great. I love it. It's got a rechargeable battery. It's really easy to start up, just like a button, and you pull this thing started. It's wonderful. And I just use it for my raised beds. My husband does the rest with his mower, but it works really good going in between the raised beds, and it's lightweight. And also when I'm done mowing, I give the grass clippings to the chickens and they really appreciate it. So when I go down the hill with the wheelbarrow full of grass clippings, they start going crazy. Alright, there's a lot of leaves out here. So I've got 2 beds filled up. It's looking good so far. All done for now. Go in, take a little break. I'm also gonna make some homemade bread today. That is on my list. I've got a new recipe I'm gonna try out, and if it's good, I will put it in the comments for you all, and you can try it too. Look at the sky today. It's really pretty. And look at those colors. Pretty. Still got peppers. Oh goodness. They just keep going. So banana peppers. I even see some little blooms going on down here. They don't want to stop. Look at that. Nice. I'm back in the kitchen and I've decided to make some Amish bread. And I found it a recipe online. It's called Basic Amish White Bread. And it says it's simple to make. So I'm going to give it a try. I'll show you guys how I do it, and I'm going to put the recipe in the description. And let's get started. Now for the first ingredients, you're going to want 2 cups of warm water, and I think that I'm going to do mine in my KitchenAid mixer. I saw a lady doing it by hand, which would be acceptable too, but I'm going to use mine because it has a dough hook, and I think it'll probably be a little bit easier, but it can be done the other way. So we're going to add the 2 cups of warm water. We're going to put the sugar in, and we want to dissolve this in here first before we do anything else.
We're only going to ride scooters.
Alright, be careful. Where are you riding them at?
I don't know, maybe to the church or something.
To the church.
Yeah. Yeah, of course right now. That is really cold.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly. Alright, so you want to mix this really good until the sugar's dissolved. So just use a mixer, use a whisk. Once it's dissolved, then we're going to stir in the yeast. Once the sugar is dissolved, you're going to want to put 1½ teaspoons of active dry yeast. So I'm going to stir in the yeast, and it needs to create a creamy foam on top. So it's a little bit cooler in here. So the recipe says to put it in your microwave somewhere insulated for about 2 to 3 minutes until it forms that foam on top of it. All right, distraction. There's some birds out here. You gotta listen to these. Listen to those birds down from my chicken coop. Goodness. I'll put my dough hook on here. I always make extra to freeze. All right, put my last cup of flour in there. Love my mixer. My husband bought it for me years ago, and I have just used it for lots of stuff. All right, so I'm gonna take it out of here. I'm actually gonna put it on this lightly floured surface here and just kind of knead it until it's smooth. If you weren't doing it in the mixer, you would want to do it on your countertop or on a cutting board, and you just kind of want to knead it until it's smooth. Now my mixer has already done that for me, because you can see it's smooth and it's ready. All right, I've already oiled this, and then you're just going to turn it and coat it. Yeah, it's slimy. All right, we're gonna cover it up. I'm back and the dough is risen, so it is time to put the dough into these bread pans and let them rise for another half hour. So while I'm waiting on the dough to rise, I'm gonna go down the chicken coop and visit the chickens, and down to the shop to see what my husband is doing on the nightstands. I think he's getting close to getting them finished, maybe ready for stain. So let's go see what they look like. Got our straw bales we're gonna be setting up this weekend for the fall festival. Who's he talking to?
$50 I bought 2 of them.
Who's talking to?
What you doing?
Coming out here to check the chickens and see what he's doing.
Making handles.
Making handles. Oh, cutting out the slots for him. I drew the little moon shaped for him to cut out. Because I'm talented like that, aren't I? So basically you're putting the edging on tonight, and
Once I get the handles cut,
yeah.
sand it down, then yes.
Well, I think they're looking good. I don't think he has too much longer on them. I'll be staining them soon. Chickens! Chickens! I hear them. What are y'all doing? Goodness. What are y'all doing down here? Now, as you can see, my chickens are starting to molt. I haven't put any fresh shavings in here, so I'm gonna try to go out tomorrow and get some. But they're starting to molt, and chickens do that this time of year. And the reason why is the daylight hours start to decrease, so they naturally start to molt, and that is to prepare for winter so they can get quality feathers to keep them warm over the winter time. What are y'all doing? Knocking things over. All right, you're wanting to be first. What about you all? Come on. Here, chickies. Goodness. Babies. I think that little baby right there is going to be a rooster. His comb's kind of red. The other two look like females to me. Pretty. Pretty babies. Almost fully feathered. Let's grab eggs. All right, it looks like the bread is finally ready. Smells amazing. Look at that. Nice. It smells so good. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. All right, I just cut it and I think it's perfect. I really do. Added a little bit of butter. It is delicious.